In 2008, we had about 60 kids that I was sending to school, and more people from the United States and different places would contact me and say, can I get involved? Can I help what you're doing? Can I send you some money to send more children to school? And so as the money came in and as more children were in need of an education, I just continued to funnel that money to sending children to school, and decided to formalize a nonprofit and named it Amazima, which means truth in the local language, Uganda, just because it was my desire not just that these kids know the truth of a greater world through education, but really that they know the truth of Christ. And so as funding continued to come in over the course of a few years, we grew from 60 children to almost 600. And all of those children were going to school, but our staff grew as well, and so all of those children had a mentor who was following up with them and making sure they were getting what they needed, and also following up with the family, figuring out how Amazima could best support the family. We were running holiday programs when the kids were on break from school for a few weeks at a time, and we just got such good one-on-one relational time with the kids during those holiday breaks, where we were leading Bible studies and teaching them, and also getting to know them better and hearing about, the real life problems that they faced every day in their villages, and figuring out how to best love them and support them and walk with them. And we just began to think, what if we could do this all the time? And we really began to see school and education as a vehicle, not just for school knowledge, but also as a vehicle for discipleship. And so our desire really became, how do we put people who love the Lord in front of these kids all day, every day? And we began to dream about, what if we had our own school where we could handpick not just the teachers, but the cooks and the groundskeepers and the support staff, and they could just all be people who loved the Lord and loved these kids and desired to point them to Christ. We also really dreamt of a place where parents could come and be involved and have a say in the education of their children. And so we've tried to create a place that is holistically discipling these kids. My goal with Amazima has always been to educate and empower the next generation with the love of Christ. And so we started doing that in a really small, informal way so many years ago, and now we've grown and we have these 2 beautiful school campuses. And I know that Amazima as a ministry will grow and change more in the future, but the mission will always remain the same, and that will be to love and to educate and to empower the next generation of Ugandans with the love of Christ, and just really to watch them then go and change the future of Uganda. When I think of Amazima and the schools and our staff and our students, I am just blown away by the grace of God. He is doing a great and beautiful thing in this place. I'm just really humbled and so grateful to be a small part of all that God is doing here. And it's amazing to me how far God has brought this ministry, and I can't wait to see where He's going to take us next.